So I've been sent this post a few times now from actors, and they've asked me to comment on it. The post is 8 signs of a bad actor. Quite dramatic. Okay, let's go for it. Number 1, you decide the emotion before the scene starts. Well, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's definitely limited. I think something that I call choreographed is when an actor rehearses and works very hard on a scene, but they decide on all the emotions, and that's how they go into the audition or step on set with. And it's very limiting because firstly, the director could say they want something completely different, and often it can really throw off an actor. Also, if you have already made those decisions, how is that going to be with the other actor? How is the scene going to actually be as far as authenticity? Because you're just going to go off on your own track. So there's going to be a lack of connection. And ultimately, I think it probably will end up as a less than good scene, let's say, definitely not connected or authentic. So 1, pretty much I agree with. Number 2, wait for your turn to speak. Well, obviously, if you're waiting for your turn to speak, you're not in the moment, you're not connected, you're not living through the scene. So, yeah, I agree with that one. Every scene looks like you. I don't understand that. Next one. You force pauses. Okay. I feel like this is possibly an AI generated, but I feel like this is possibly an AI generated post. You force pauses. Well, again, that's kind of choreographed, isn't it? You know, you've rehearsed a scene in a certain way, and that's how the scene is going to play out. You show the emotion instead of experience it, and instead of experiencing it. Now, this is an interesting point. Something I talk a lot about is, again, if you have rehearsed a scene and you've decided on the emotion, and look, I do an exercise called an emotion map or internal external, where you go through a scene and you look at, okay, what's the character feeling here? It's important to do that work, but I also say important to let go, because when it comes time to do the audition or step on set, direction could be different. The other actor, things can change, so you need to be open to what comes. And if you do connect with the experience or do connect with the moment, in the moment, then a different emotion can come. So in many ways, I do kind of agree with what they're saying here. You judge your character. Okay, this is an interesting one. And a post I did before actually was you should fall in love with the character. Neither things are right. I think when you build a character, you're going to judge a character based on your own beliefs. But it's important to look at the backstory of a character when you start to delve into that character. If you're judging your character when you're starting to develop that character, then it's going to separate you. You kind of have to join together. You have to become that character in a way. So when you start to do your development work, you will start to join that character as far as your understanding. So if you're still judging your character when you're stepping into the performance, then that is going to separate. You're going to separate yourself from the character. So I agree with that to a certain extent. You focus more on camera than the moment. Well, you have to be in the moment. You can't be worrying about what the camera's doing. Otherwise, you won't be authentically the character. You leave the scene exactly how you entered it. Sounds a bit like a drama school tip there. Let's skip that one. Okay, that's it. Let me know your thoughts on that.